community's expectation of transparency and accountability in matters involving the health and safety of individuals in custody. The NAACP Legal Redress Committee has been contacted by Mr. Mitchell's family, and our role at this stage is strictly neutral and fact-focused. In addition, the Justice Law Institute of Northwest Florida is monitoring the situation from an educational and a procedural standpoint, ensuring that the public understands how in-custody death investigations typically unfold. Our presence today is not to assign blame, but to support the family's right to ask questions and ensure that all appropriate agencies follow established processes with transparency and respect. At this time, we would like to introduce the family of Mr. Antoine Mitchell, who so they can share their perspective and speak on the impact of this loss to their lives. Ms. Polly.
Hi, I'm Polly. I'm Antoine. When I received that call on January 19, 2026, I wasn't expecting to hear that I would never hear from my son again. I'm hurting very bad. And I just want answers. So what happened to my son? He did not deserve to die this way. And that's all we're looking for, me and his family.
I'm Antoine's stepfather, and it's just hard for her second child. She's already lost a child 9 years ago. It's law enforcement. We never got help. Nothing ever was done. It was such a hard feel for her to swallow this time being the second child. He's constantly breaking down. He's needing counseling. Things are very bad. She's a strong parent. She called every day, trying to check on her son, make sure he was okay. And they told her that he was and he would be. We never thought at this time that he would be dead. We had no indication. She's hurting very bad. And she said to me, she said, they're killing and beating my children like nothing. And it broke me down. He's going through so much. And we just want answers. At this time, she has to fight. She can't give up. She's strong. She's determined. She wants answers to know exactly what happened to her child. We have pictures of his body that he just seen today. As of this morning, we couldn't show it to her. The family's been very supportive, her sister and everyone behind us. But it takes a village, and we really need help and support, and we need to find out exactly what happened to her son so she can get some type of closure to peace. And I don't even think at that point it would be much, but she really needs help and support. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kesey Parker. I was one. I think this was my cousin. He was more like a brother. I grew up together. I was always real cousin for a while, so I grew up with a lot of really cousins, really close. Since he was incarcerated, we talked every few weeks. The last time we did speak, a few weeks before Christmas, and we had a pretty good conversation, and he told me that he called me back. And I was telling him to just keep a positive mindset. And so much, but we're seeking answers. Elton was a very positive person. He didn't deserve being in this. He didn't deserve this at all. We're seeking answers. And we just really hope. Thank you all for being here and taking the time. Thank you.
I'm sorry for earlier. I would like to thank NAACP, Rusty. I'd like to thank you all so much for helping me. I really appreciate it.
Mary Watson. The Polly Peak is my cousin, my first cousin, and her son Antoine was my cousin. I was a very humble young man. I'm the mother of two. I couldn't imagine receiving a phone call from anyone informing me that I lost one of my children. We're here today asking and praying for justice for Antoine, asking for a talk. We would like to know what happened to him today. He was very driven, very positive, and he was very informative that he will come home to his mom. And the last conversation that they had, he stated, I will be back and I will never leave you again. So we're here today fighting for justice, not only for Antoine, but for his mom, my family. The chain has been broken in our family. We've lost a big part of our family. And we are just asking for justice. I would like to say thank you for everyone, for your support, your understanding, and most of all, we are asking for you to open up your hearts to understand that Polly lost not only two of her children, but her oldest child. And that means a lot. Thank you very much for your time, your understanding, and thank you.
My name is Jeanette. I'm Antoine's long-term brother. Juan was the type of individual who was always loved the church, and would do anything for anybody that they needed. He wasn't perfect, but nobody is. But to know the fact that we have no cause of death, there's been no transparency to ease our pain and our minds on what happened to Antoine is what we're calling for. We want transparency. We want to know what actually happened. Because nobody deserves to just get a phone call saying your child's unresponsive and nothing else. No other explanation, no other anything. Because they're unresponsive. It's not right. And no human being deserves to be treated that way. I want to thank everybody for coming out and showing your support and concern. But we need answers. We need transparency. We need you to come up with and let us know what actually happened. It was a brother, a son, a stepfather, a cousin, a loved one in the community, a partner in the church. He was somebody. He wasn't a nobody. He was a somebody, and he deserves it. And us as a family, I believe we deserve it too. Thank you.
We are under the Spirit of Christ who is in my life, and at this time we need him so very much because we have been through this already. I saw my sister go through this. So right now, we need God like we have never needed him before. My sister almost lost someone the first time. My name is Tammy B. Williams. I am an aunt of Antoine. Today we stand here not only in grief, but in faith. We gather in the name and the memory of those Mitchell, a beloved son, nephew, a young man whose life mattered deeply. His life was not an accident, not a statistic, not something that will be swept away in silence. We aren't going away. When my sister received that call about those on Martin Luther King Day of all days, what Martin said he fought so hard for a system that failed Antoine. We're not saying he's perfect. We're not standing up here saying that. Antoine lost his brother 10 years ago. Antoine had a drug problem. My sister Polly B called relentlessly. She wrote They gave him 8 years for stealing a car. He had a drug problem, and he should have been in drug reform, not sent away to a prison where he accepted the time to do the crime, but to do the time for his crime. But he didn't get to come home. He called his mom and told his mom there was more drugs in there than it was on the streets. She called every day. She called, she wrote, she emailed. But when you're in there, let's just be honest, they don't look at you as like you're nobody. But he was somebody to us. And we're not going to stop fighting. We're not going to sit down. And we're not going to be angry and do things stupid. We're going to pray and let God lead us. We thank the NAACP, all of you guys, continue to share. Remember Eltoine's name, his face, and pray for my sister Polly. Her health is not good at all. She can barely cry some days because if she gets too upset, she's going to be in the hospital. She has one more son. She has a grandson that she's living to take care of, to help provide for. But she's so sick, she can't work a day-to-day job, 9 to 5, like me. Her pressure's up. She has a hernia that needs to be removed. She has life-altering things that can go wrong. And on top of that, she just lost a second son, who was her first son. Y'all know babies, no favoritism, but that's her first love. So we're asking for answers. I called and listened while she was on the phone with them, and they just shut her down. We just found them unresponsive. We're not accepting them. We want answers. We want truth. And vengeance is the Lord. So you're not lying to us. We weren't there with him, but in spirit was there. So we will get to the bottom of this. Thank you.
So, as we conclude today's press conference, we want to emphasize that the pursuit of clarity is not adversarial. It's essential. The family deserves answers. The community deserves transparency. And every individual in custody deserves dignity and safety. We will continue to monitor the situation, support the family through the appropriate channels, and ensure that all the next steps follow established legal and procedural standards. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you. Say his name, Eltwine P. Mitchell. Remember him.
This thing goes all the way from Delray Beach, Florida. So, maybe I think you'll give support of them. Do not leave them. Let's just maybe the last time you're here to help support. We need your support in the future. And continue to keep you posted on how things are going. Pretty much appreciate the work of our legal redress committee here.